Hey everybody, how you doing? It's Bruce here, traveling with Bruce. This video is the first in a series of videos that I'm going to put together because my wife and I have acquired a Eurorail Global Pass. I'll tell you right now, we have been really wondering about this, whether this is going to work or not. We just left the station you saw a moment ago here. We left the station called St. Pancras and King's Cross, and we just took a train to Edinburgh just yesterday. Let me tell you, here's what happened. We acquired a Eurail Global Pass for seniors, a first-class online pass. Now, in the past, years ago, you used to get a Eurail Global Pass, and you used to get it in a paper format. They would mail it to you. They'll still do that if you want, but today you can get a 33-country pass where it's all online. And we want to go from Great Britain, the Netherlands, Germany, and Switzerland on this trip of ours. We're going to be in Europe over 60 days. So we acquired a 60-day pass where we can travel up to 15 different days, unlimited train travel on our Eurorail pass. Now, this here is an example from Eurorail what it would look like if you got a pass. If your name was Mark, here you go. This guy had an Interrail pass, but it doesn't matter whether it's an Interrail or a Global Rail. He had a first-class adult pass, good for 4 days, and there are the 4 different days he could use his pass. And in this example, they're showing you what it would look like if you have one of these online on your smartphone passes, where you can hit the planner button in the bottom right-hand corner, and you can go shopping basically for a trip. And all you do is you enter the location where you want to start from to the location you want to go to, and what time of day and what date you want to go. So you put in like today's date, put in 9 in the morning, and hit the enter button, and it'll show you trains leaving from 9 a.m. Going forward, and you can keep going forward and forward and forward until you run out of train rides for that day. It'll also show you your end station. It'll show you all the stops along the way. It might show you that you have trains that you have to switch. In this case here, the Engelberg to Basel, you have to do one switch over. In other cases, it's a direct train ride. Now, my wife and I, Jennifer, we weren't sure about how to kickstart this thing, so we went to the King's Cross and Pancras station a couple of days before our first trip. And on that first day, we went over here and got this little ticket right here. This is a reservation ticket that we got from the rail line that was taking us to Edinburgh, our first actual train ride. And by doing that, the folks over at London North Eastern Railway, LNER, they gave us a reservation in first class for a 9:30 in the morning train to Edinburgh, and we had that loaded up on our phones in our app. And we got here to King's Cross. This is the King's Cross station. We're inside it, and a beautiful artwork, gorgeous place. I came nice and early with my wife on the day of departure, and as the folks were gathering and waiting to be called to the platform, I went up to a couple of guys who were monitoring the entry gates into the platform, and I showed them what I had. I showed them my app. I showed them my reserved train ride. I showed them our reservation ticket that we got, and they said, "You are good to go. You can go through here, and when you get on the train, find your seats, and once the train chugs out of the King's Cross station, an attendant, one of the porters, he'll come by, and he'll check your ticket. And so you just show him your pass on your phone, because you've got your ticket on your phone. You've reserved this train ride, and you'll be good to go." Well, here's the train, beautiful tartan-colored train. After all, it's going to Scotland. And we got on it, and we started going down the road, down the rails. And so far, so good. It was a beautiful day, but I was really curious how this is going to go until that conductor scanned my phone. I wasn't sure yet whether we should have been doing this, but everyone at the rail company is going, oh, yeah, you're good to go. Don't worry. You're fine. Your pass is your ticket on this train. You've already reserved you've already got your reservations. You've already booked your train ride. We've gone ahead and booked additional train rides for the next several days that we want to travel. And so off we went, and it was a beautiful ride in first class. Great day to be on the train, too. It was about a 4-hour and, 15, 20-minute ride to Edinburgh. This is a shot of a building in downtown Edinburgh where it's a brand new building with this old front of an old building there. And here's Newcastle, about halfway up. We stopped there, and they had a changeover of staff. And I'll tell you, they took good care of us. We got a hot breakfast, and we got drinks on board. Being first class was nice. It was generally nice and quiet. It was a great, smooth ride. The train did stop about 10 times on the way up, but only for a minute or two per time. And I was surprised at how quickly the train would get back up to 70, 80 miles an hour. It was quite interesting to watch and feel and enjoy. But I tell you, we really enjoyed some spectacular scenery all the way up to Edinburgh. We had a table between us and people across from us, and we had Wi-Fi, and it worked great. So for us, the Wi-Fi was fine. My wife was able to put her iPad into good use, and she was enjoying that, and not bad at all. Just a really neat ride. Again, for the cost, we're hoping we get our money's worth. This trip cost about $100 is my best guess of what this one cost us if we'd have bought a regular ticket. By the way, here's a little tour of the train. So I came up to the door, and I hit the button here, and the doors open up, and come on inside, and this is the first class section of the train that we're part of here. And turn to the right. Here are these doors right here, and doors open up, and you can see that there's one seat on one side of the car and two on the other. And those folks getting in there were sitting across from us. We had a table across from us. It was great. And these folks here on the other side, they had a table for themselves. That gentleman over there, he had his computer out, and he was working the whole trip. And we headed out shortly, just as we were leaving the station. Here comes coffee and juice, whatever you want. Help yourself. I asked them, could I have a Diet Coke? And they said, yeah, no problem. Had a Diet Coke. So I already had breakfast before I got on the train. And then about 15 minutes after that service, they came up with the breakfast service and had a hot breakfast on board. Had we left in the afternoon, we would have had a hot lunch. And every 30 minutes or so, they'd come by for additional drinks, and they would also come by with a person would come by looking for any garbage you got, any empties, and that type of thing. The dishes they would take away in one area, and the empty cans and wrappers, they would just have you throw them into a garbage bag they'd bring along, and it kept the car spick and span, nice and clean. So I figured the cost of this trip was about $100. I know that if we'd have booked this separately months ago, we would have got a better deal, being seniors and all of that. But you know what? We didn't know exactly what day we were going to take this ride. We didn't know exactly what time. And so the Eurorail pass is handy because we just scanned the phone all the time for different times of departure. Finally, a couple days before we went, we picked this particular train. We, as I said, went to the station earlier and got our seats reserved. Here's a shot of downtown Edinburgh, right by the station, and the castle is off in the distance, kind of over there, I guess. And this is the downtown area. Beautiful, gorgeous day. Bit windy, though. You don't hear the wind noise because I'm doing a voiceover on this video. But beautiful, beautiful day, and tourists everywhere. It was just great. Anyway, we figured that it cost about $100 to get there. We're coming back in a couple of days, and it'll be the same train on the way back. But when we get back into King's Cross Station, we're going to walk across the courtyard to St. Pancras, and we're going to take a train to Amsterdam on the same day. So on day 2 of our 15-day Eurorail ticket, we're going to take 2 train rides, and I figure those 2 combined are going to be about $350 to $400 total cost. But again, covered inside the cost of our ticket. So we'll have spent $650 each for the pass, and I think we'll have $450 of the $650 already recovered, just coming from London to Edinburgh, Edinburgh back to London, and then London to Amsterdam. And that leaves us 13 more days of travel beyond that. So I'm certain we will be way ahead financially on this Eurorail pass. But join me shortly. I will bring another video out of day 2, and I will report to you how the second day went of our Eurail Global Pass, first class for seniors, heading to Amsterdam. And we'll show you some footage of the trains we're on, what it was like, and we'll report it to you. If you have any questions, let me know. I'll try to answer them for you. Thanks in the meantime. Throw a thumbs up our way, and don't forget to subscribe to Traveling with Bruce, and we'll talk to you next time, everybody. Bye for now.